Uh,
I think Season 5 Kyler is above Season 2 Miguel via scaling.
Season 2 Miguel is above Season 5 Kyler via outscaling
Because
and inverse. What?
Okay, so how does yours go?
Via being above Season 5 Haku struggles with Kyler.
I think Season 3 Kyler. Do you agree that Season 3 Miguel is above Season 2 Miguel?
I do.
Alright, so let me argue for Season 3 Kyler being above Season 3 Miguel now.
What'd you say?
Let me argue for Season 3 Kyler being above Season 3 Miguel. Alright, so check out this video. So in the timestamp 050, yeah, in their brief fight here after Miguel, 050.
050? Alright.
Yeah.
Are you referring to him getting hit?
Yeah.
He is, that is due to a reason. That is because he only the style that he uses is not reactive.
He still gets hit, and then he.
Also, he's fatigued.
But he's fatigued.
What?
Prove how he's fatigued.
We literally hear him. We literally hear him we literally hear him bitching and moaning. Like that is an implication that he's what was it? That he's fatigued.
Can you send the timestamp for that?
All right. Oh, let me find that clip real quick. Hell. Hold up, let me find it. All right. So I can't find that clip of Miguel being looking fatigued. So do you remember that clip when Johnny goes to Miguel's house and sees that Miguel is beat up?
Oh yeah.
We can literally hear him. Literally hear him panting, which is an implication that he's fatigued after the fight.
He could be fatigued after the fight. He could get fatigued after the fight.
Prove that. That is based off a possibility. So.
Well, my guess has the same possibility as your guess. So.
It doesn't. My argument is not based off of a possibility.
What is it based off?
What?
What is it based off?
It's based off of literally watching the show. You can literally hear him making noises that literally implies that he's fatigued.
Can you send the scan on that?
I literally cannot find that scan. So that's why I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'm not sure then if you can't find the scan. I don't know how to.
Alright, hold up. Let me find her. Wait a minute. Alright, I found it.
Alright, so how does this prove that he was fatigued in the fight versus Kyler?
You can literally see that he is panting, which is an implication that he's fatigued. Also, we hear him making sounds after he gets a hit on Kyler, and when he and Eli go to stop Tori's and Sam's fight, we can literally hear him making sounds, which is an implication again that he's fatigued.
Again, he could have gotten fatigued while walking to the house.
Why would this or prove that it got him fatigued when he was walking?
My guess could be the same chance as yours.
Your argument is based off of a possibility.
Yes, but
also, Kyler also gets a hit on Miguel because the style that Miguel is using is not a reactive style.
How does that change anything?
Because it makes sense for him not to be able to block that attack because he has to use a defensive style like Miyagi-Do in order to be able to do that.
Exactly. So when Kyler's on defensive, Miguel would just not be able to react to him. What you're saying?
What? What did you say? Can you explain that again? I didn't quite understand
that. Miguel can't react to Kyler when Kyler's on defense.
Prove it. Prove that.
I'm asking if you're saying that.
I'm not.
So Kyler on defense can beat Miguel, right?
Wait. Can you repeat that again? I didn't quite catch that.
Do you think defensive Kyler could beat Miguel?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because the only reason as to why Kyler is able to beat Miguel when he's on defense is that because that is base Miguel, and that Miguel is regressed from his season 2 self. So that is not peak Miguel, and that's base Miguel. So he is not going to gain the resolve amp to beat Kyler.
What?
He has not gained the resolve amp yet to beat Kyler. That is his base self.
That Kyler hit Miguel after the resolve amp.
Again, I literally just explained this. Also, he's not using a style that's reactive. That's the reason as to why he gets hit.
So Kyler still gained the upper hand on him. It would just happen every time.
He did not gain the upper hand. One hit does not mean he got the upper hand.
After that, Kyler went on the offensive and got nicked. Wait, let me rewatch this again real quick.
He narratively uses offense in his fights. Like, what?
Yeah, but we're comparing the characters.
It's literally every single time that we see him using quote-unquote defense against a character is because they have regressed, like with season 5.
Hold on. Skullz just agreed anyway that Kyler in character would use offense. I don't think Skull realizes he just conceded anyway.
Alright.
We're comparing the characters at their peaks, so you would just be a defensive Kyler versus Miguel.
That's fine. You still just conceded anyway that Kyler in character would just use offense.
Do you want to move on to the next time? Do you want to move on to the next point? if there is any.
Wait, I think I got another point. Oh. Yeah, let's do it then. Should we end this point?
What?
Should we end this point then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Doritos on the point. I mean, you never even refuted or attacked the fact that he said Miguel only got hit because he's not using a defensive style, like he's not a defensive fighter. And then you proceeded to concede anyway that Kyler would just in
Also,
character use offense.
he committed appeal to possibility at one point.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't. All right.
No.
All right, my bad. My bad on that.
All right, moving on to the next point. So,
All right. What is this?
Kyler versus Hawk. So,
Tyler is not the. All right, I know what this point is going to be. So Hawk, in character, Hawk only uses Miyagi-Do, as stated by himself when after getting the Lotus tattoo, he states to Dimitri that he's going all in on Miyagi-Do. So
do you think if you strike first, are you using Miyagi-Do?
what?
You think striking first is using Miyagi-Do?
When did I imply this?
I'm just asking you a question. I never said you imply this.
No. Why would
Right,
striking first be Miyagi-Do?
So
And
Hawk
even if that is, he's still mostly using Miyagi-Do. And when he strikes first, he's still going relative to Kyler. Because his defensive mindset and his defensive knowledge hinders his fighting ability.
I proved it.
His offense is literally better than his defense. In season 4, he only went on defense against Robbie, and why would this be relevant? He regressed from his season 4 self.
You'll be combining styles and versus
Bro,
Kyler.
He's mostly using Miyagi-Do. In character, he only uses Miyagi-Do.
No, he doesn't only use Miyagi-Do in this fight. He doesn't mostly use Miyagi-Do either.
All right, then. What's the timestamp? What's the timestamp? Let's. I'll watch it and see if that's the case or not.
1-0.
Wait, are you referring to him only using Cobra Kai against the goons?
He strikes first versus the goons, yeah.
How does this correlate to Kyler?
Because he would be using offense throughout the fight as well.
Prove that. We literally see him struggle with him when using offense and fighting me defensively, as his mindset is as he's mostly focused on being a defensive fighter. This season.
Where do we see that?
What?
Where do we see him struggling versus Kyler when using offense?
When do we see him using what?
Offense and struggling.
Offense? I can't. I literally can't hear you right now.
Wait, can you send the scan of Hawk using Miyagi-Do?
Hold up. Let me find it out. Let me find it here. I'm not saying. I mean, he narratively uses Miyagi-Do as he states to Dimitri.
Yeah, throughout the season, but he changes in the Dojo fight. He uses offense.
He's still going relative to Kyler.
How does
He's
that prove
going
anything?
relative to Kyler.
How does that prove anything? Kyler's just like strong.
That he would be weaker than season 2 Miguel because Miguel uses a style that he has sufficient knowledge on, and Hawk only mostly uses defense in his fights, and he's basically focused on being a defensive fighter this season, as stated by himself. So that would give Miguel the upper hand.
Doritos, are you arguing that because he's in a defensive mindset, he would inherently be hindered? It wouldn't matter what moves he's using.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you prove that?
Prove what?
How defense hinders his fighting ability.
In season 4, we see that he struggles against Robbie when he only uses defense.
Exactly, but in this fight, he doesn't only use defense.
It still hinders his fighting ability. Like his mentality is so based off of being a defensive fighter.
I mean,
What? You're lagging.
well, he still uses offense, right, in this fight.
Yeah, but it gets hindered because of his defensive capabilities being weaker than his offensive capabilities.
When he uses offense, how does defense hinder his fighting ability when he uses
because
offense?
because he's still going relative to Kyler. And again, his mindset is based off of being a defensive fighter, as he states at the start of the season, after getting the Lotus tattoo.
I do get it, but when he uses offense, how would defense hinder his fighting ability when he uses offense?
Because he has a defensive mindset.
All right. How does him having a defensive mindset correlate to him getting his fighting ability getting hindered when he uses offense?
Being balanced is a teaching in Miyagi-Do, and his Miyagi-Do his Miyagi-Do knowledge is worse than his Cobra Kai knowledge, as we see in season 4.
Okay, and how does that prove anything?
That his defense is worse than his offense, and he mainly uses defense in season 5, and Miguel only uses offense in season 2, a style that he's basically mastered. So that would give Miguel the upper hand.
Now realize what you're saying. I'm trying to say that when Hawk uses offense, he still goes relative to Kyler, and how defense cannot hinder his fighting ability when he's using offense.
Prove that. We see him going relative to Kyler. Like what?
How does that prove anything? How does him going relative to Kyler prove
that
anything?
That his usage of defense and his defensive mindset hinders his fighting ability.
He literally uses
Also, that was
offense,
in the dojo fight. It was not his fighting Kyler was not his main objective. It was literally to buy Dimitri some time, so he can upload the fucking silver video where it stated that he's a fraud or something.
He would still fight Kyler, right?
Yes, but he still uses, but he's still mainly a defensive fighter.
But when he uses offense, he still goes relative to Kyler. You keep going circular.
What?
You keep going circular. You keep saying defense hinders his fighting ability. But when Hawk uses offense, how can defense hinder his fighting ability if Hawk's using offense?
Because he's mostly based off, his mentality is mostly defense based.
But he is using offense.
Why does this matter?
Because if he's using offense, then how can defense hinder his fighting ability?
I literally just explained this.
No, you didn't.
I just did. What? Like what?
You keep saying defense hinders his fighting ability, but you still haven't proved how defense hinders his fighting ability while using offense.
Because he's going relative to Kyler. Even
how
when
does
he's
him going relative to Kyler prove anything?
That his defensive knowledge and his defensive mindset has regressed regressed his skill set.
I think we should conclude this point because we uncircular like a lot.
Move on. I don't see how him going relative to Kyler proves anything. Y'all haven't scaled Kyler anywhere yet. That's just a fucking baseless justification.
Yeah.
And you literally fucked yourself over. You didn't even have to make an assertion. It was Skullz' burden to prove that fucking that Hawk wasn't hindered. and you proceeded to yap and trap yourself into it being your burden. So yeah, Skullz won the point. Y'all can move on.
All right, what's your next point?
I don't think there's any other points.
All right.
Should we go to conclusions?
Yeah.
The
Alright,
conclusions
so-
on what? What was that point even over? Why would y'all conclude?
Because there's no other points left.
What do you mean there's no more points left? What have y'all even gone over?
So like I proved how Kyler is relative to a Hawk using offense, and or he's proved how Miguel was fatigued versus Kyler. So there's like
Huh?
another point.
Yeah,
Since
okay.
Kyler already
The only things that have been established is that Kyler doesn't scale to Miguel in season 3, and that Hawk is using offense on Kyler in season 5. Nothing has been established as to how any of this correlates to like anything.
Alright, so do you think Hawk offense in season 5 is better than Miguel's offense in season 2?
Not really. What? What'd you say?
Oh.
You're lagging. I can't hear you.
How?
Because it's he narratively does not use offense, or at least not as much as he uses defense.
Right, what season 4 Hawks offense do you think is better than Miguel season 2?
Season 4, yes, but season 4 Hawk is above his season 5 self.
I know I already proved how Hawk uses offense versus Kyler, so that would mean that season 5 Hawks offense is also better than season 2 Miguel's offense. So
how is it better than season 2 Miguel's offense? I literally said that season 4 Hawk and season 5 Hawk are two different interpretations of Hawk.
One's offense can't just get worse.
What?
One's offense can't just get worse, right?
It can, because he does not train he does not necessarily use offense as much as he uses defense in season 5. While in season 4, he mostly uses offense in all of his majority of his fights, or pretty much in all of his fights. He uses offense in season 4. While in season 5, he's more of a defensive fighter.
We're going circular though. That was the second point.
What?
That was the second point, right? You already just went circular on this.
I didn't.
Yeah, y'all already went over this. Y'all already went over whether or not he used offense against Kyler.
Yeah. So now that you said season 4 Hawks offense is better than season 2 Miguel's offense, that would mean that season 5 Hawks offense is also better. So
I literally just explained why that's not the case.
No, we just went circular on the second point, which I already won.
What? But I literally explained before that. What did you say? You're literally lagging. I can't hear you.
What did you say?
I said that in pretty much all of his fights, Hawk uses offense in season 4, while in season 5 he is more focused on being a defensive fighter, and he does not use offense as much.
That's just going circular. This was the second point. You're going off topic. This was not our point right now.
I'm not going off topic, but whatever.
Alright, so I don't see so season 5 Hawk's offense is better than season 4 Hawk's offense. This has been established, right?
No, it hasn't.
No. What's been established so far is
Miguel being above Kyler in season 3.
No. Wait, if I remember correctly, hold on. No, let me remember the last point correctly. Hold on. So he
Hawk
argued
uses
that
offense.
Kyler,
That was
hold
the
on.
second
I'm thinking. So he said, goes about the Kyler fight, argued that Kyler was going relative to Hawk's offense. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Y'all already went over this.